hierdie som van vragies wat hier gevra is. When I know it's series, but I don't know what type of series it is, it can either be arithmetic or geometric. So before I start, I get it like this. I write out the first three terms. If there's an end number there at the top, I can write the last term too. But you must always write the first three terms. En onthou, dit is 'n reeks, so ons sit plusse en minusse tussenin. So kom ons begin. If you substitute 1, it's 2 minus 6, first term is minus 4. 2, 4 minus 6, minus 2. 3, 6 minus 6 gives you 0. The last term is going to be 2 times 10, 20 minus 6 gives you 40. So now we can check whether this is arithmetic or geometric. So ons gaan kyk, het hy 'n konstante verskil of 'n konstante verhouding. Minus 2 minus 4, if you work out the value of D, gives you 2. And 0 minus 2 gives you 2 as well. So it's a arithmetic series. So ons gaan skryf ons som van 'n rekenkundige reeks neer, want ons wil dit gaan uitwerk en ons gaan kyk. Okay, let's determine the value of n. Juffrou het vir julle gesê, dis baie maklik om vir n uit te werk. Jy vat die boonste getalletjie minus die onderste getalletjie plus 1. That gives us 10. So now we've got n, we've got d, we've got a, the first term, so we can get the sum of. So ons gaan sê, som van is 10 gedeeld deur 2, substitute the first term, that's going to be minus 4, plus n minus 1 gives me 9, and d I've worked out as 2. So nou kan ek doodgewoon sê, minus 8 plus 18 geef my 10, 10 gedeeld deur 2 maal 10, so die som van, as jy vir so vinnig kyk, lyk vir my, is som van die eerste 10 terme, ek net sien, is gelyk aan, that's gonna be 50. Sum of is gonna be 50. So dit is hoe ek dan die som van met 'n sigma notasie uitgewerk het. Kom ons gaan kyk na die tweede een. Ek weet nie is dit 'n meetkundige of 'n rekenkundige reeks nie. So kom ons gaan bestudeer. Eerste ding, skryf altyd jou eerste 3 terme onmiddellik uit. So I'm starting with 1, I'm substituting 1 into the place of I. So ek het 5 maal minus 2 tot die mag 1, dit gee vir my minus 10. That's my first term. Second term, 2. Minus 2 tot die mag 2 is minus 4, so that's minus 20. Third term, minus 2 tot die mag 3 is minus 8, so it's minus 40. Etc. I can put in my last term, it's not necessary. Let's quickly see, is there constant difference or constant ratio? Minus 20, minus 10, gee vir my minus 10. Minus 40, minus 20 gives me minus 20, so there's no constant difference. It's going to be an R, a ratio, because minus 20 on minus 10 gives me 2. Minus 40 on minus 20 gives me 2 as well. So now I see this is a geometric series. So ek gaan dadelik skryf, my som van formule is gelyk aan, and that you know as well. Immediately write your sum of formula for geometric series. You know it already. And you substitute. We've got our first term, that's minus 10. We've got our R. Now, let's quickly determine the value of n. Be careful. N is, you take the big one at the top, minus this one underneath, and you add 1. So n equals 8. R, 2 minus 1 gives me 1. So now I can simplify that quickly. Just make sure about this R. Minus 20 on minus 10. Minus 40 on minus 30. Yes. Okay, let's just quickly see. It's from 1 up to 8. Okay, so the one in the textbook is wrong, but you can calculate this 2 to the power of 8 minus 1 times minus 10. You can just quickly check. You can work it out with your calculator. I see the one in the book, the one in the textbook, they've started the first term. 5 minus 2, 1 gives me minus 10. And then the second term, okay, now I see I made a mistake here. The second term is becoming a positive, so it's plus 20. Then the first term is minus 40 again. So it's the R is not 2 but minus 2, so this changes a bit. It's minus 10 and a minus 2, sorry about that. I did it wrong, and then R minus 1 gives you minus 3. Be careful about that, and then the sum of is going to be 850. Sum of the first 8 terms is going to be 150. Be careful, because minus 2 to the power of 2 gives me plus 4, and 5 times plus 4 gives me plus 20. So my constant difference is going to be minus 2, so I substitute the minus 2 into the place of R. Okay, let's look at the last one. Sum to infinity. Let's quickly substitute to get the first 3 terms. So I'm substituting 1. 1 minus 1 gives me 0. So the first term is going to be 2. Second term is going to be a half. And the third term is going to be 1 on 8 if you substitute it correctly. And it goes to infinity. So if you want to work out the sum to infinity, it's going to be A, 1 minus R. If you determine R, it's going to be a half divided by 2. And that's going to give you a quarter. So now the sum to infinity is going to be the first term, 1 minus a quarter. So it's 2 divided by 3/4. So it's 2 times the reciprocal, and that's going to give you 8 on 3. That's going to be the sum to infinity. So we had 3 different sums to infinity, sums, arithmetic one, a geometric one, and then a sum to infinity, also a geometric sum to infinity, and that's why we use the correct formula after we've written out the first 3 terms and determined whether it's arithmetic or geometric.